GOP plans to sue Arizona governor because she protected LGBTQ plus people. Arizona Republicans have voiced plans to sue newly elected Democrat Governor Katie Hobbs after she signed an executive order protecting LGBTQ plus state employees from discrimination. Vitriol over the order and others is coming from the far-right Arizona Freedom Caucus. The caucus chairman, Republican State Rep. Jake Hoffman, a 2020 election denier, recently told reporters the group will work to obstruct Hobbs at every step of the process if she continues to utilize executive orders. According to Arizona Mirror, he said, quote, "If Katie Hobbs wants to legislate, she needs to get her butt out of the governor's office and run for the legislature and come back and join us and do that job," end quote. Hoffman calls Hobbs' executive orders illegal and said she was using them to advance her radical woke agenda. He did not, however, provide details about the timeline of the Freedom Caucus's lawsuit or who would file it. As the Human Rights Campaign reports, the executive order directs the state's Department of Administration to update hiring, promotion, and compensation policies for all state agencies to prohibit discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity, and include provisions in all new state contracts to prohibit discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. I think it's a great thing. Thankfully, I don't think it's going to really go that far. I mean, they might protest and be angry and,
Don't you wonder when you are listening to the comments from the GOP leadership, oh, we'll be happy with this Democratic governor if they'll stop passing executive orders. Would that even pause for 3 seconds?
That's the pot calling the kettle black, right?
It's so humorous to me, the idea. Like, I don't. Where are the protests when Trump was making? I mean, I know that this is at a governor's level, at the state level, and of course this is. But that is, I'm not sure they fully comprehend how executive.
Oh, I think they do fully comprehend. They
and
just don't
I'm pretty
like
sure that the governor
decisions.
that was what's her name that was running against Katie Hobbs. I've already lost her.
Lake.
I've already written her off out of my mind. I'm pretty sure she said on day one I'm going to do. She had all these executive orders that she was going to pass on day one.
That's true.
Jeff, you're going to remember her
Lake.
because she's going to be vice presidential nominee with Donald Trump.
Oh, she was
leading.
Yeah, he's going to probably have
She's leaning into
And
that.
where do they find
Julio
lawyers?
just goes,
I just can't even. This is a lot.
Where do they find lawyers stupid enough to take on these lawsuits? Are they all graduates of Moms for Liberty University Law School?
Also, not as a side note, but all of these stories are so interconnected. That is, it's almost like you're hearing like a sequel to each story, and like, oh, here's another version of it, which is all the more horrifying. But also, in some ways, it can almost gives me a sense of peace. That is, that they're kind of reinventing the same. That is,
They have no agenda.
there's no agenda outside of, and once you kind of dismantle one, it's going to be, a lot of them can easily unravel, we hope, with the work of.
I just from my seat, I think in a very real way, that observation of the intersection of all of the things that we're watching really should be giving us hope.
Yeah.
Yes.
I continue to say that our advocacy in LGBT, our organizations that lead the political and advocacy in America are not running at the same speed of this ridiculousness. But they're going to get on their feet. They're not on their feet yet because the way we did it for the first 15 or 16 years of the 21st century when Donald Trump came in 16, it knocked us all down, and we really have been on wobbly legs ever since. That has led even up to this moment of 22. Biden becomes president. We don't get wiped out in the midterms, etc. But it's all a wobble. And what's going to come next, which I think is your hope, and your observation, is we're going to figure this out. And when we do, God help them, because all they have is hate. All they have is a culture war. They are going to have to legislate to some conclusion. Let the House crash the federal government. And there's millions and millions of people going, wait, I elected this person for whatever. At the end of the day, what we're watching in Arizona, Lake loses, this governor wins, elections matter. It's the exact opposite of where we're in Florida. DeSantis is governor because he won the election.
Yes.
This governor is in power and can do this as an executive order the exact same way if it was a Republican governor. There's no difference, and it's hypocrisy to suggest that. We just all haven't figured out what to do about it yet. But I do think it's coming. I really do think it's coming.
So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the Faye What Show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ plus media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the Faye What Show. Get the week started with me.